All right, you can go ahead and get started, Coach Owens.
Perfect. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys taking time out your day. Ashley, thanks for inviting me to do this. I'm just going to talk to you guys a few minutes about faith and adversity and how it's affected my career and how at some point it's going to affect all of our careers. It's just part of it. Like I said, my name is Jason Owens. I've coached at every level. I'll give you guys a quick run through of the stops I've been. I from Detroit, Michigan, originally played NAI ball back home. Pretty decent career. From there, I coached at Neosho County Community College in Chinook, Kansas. From Chinook, Kansas, I went back to alma mater, Siena Heights. From there, I got my first Division I opportunity as a video coordinator at Central Michigan University. My AAU coach, Ernie Ziegler, who's the associate coach at Mississippi State, gave me an opportunity to be a video guy and got my feet wet there and actually got bumped up my second year. We got let go. It happened twice. We got let go there. And new staff came in with Keno Davis. And he ended up retaining me. And from there, I did the video again for a year. Central Michigan, went to Moberly Area Community College in Moberly, Missouri. Big time JUCO environment. I've had a lot of success there. Sent a bunch of guys to Division I, sent a few guys to Division II. I ended up having an opportunity to go to Pittsburgh State, which is a D2 school here in Kansas. And great opportunity for commanders. Obviously, everybody know in Missouri area and whatnot, and did a good job there. This past season, I was at Southeast Missouri State with Rick Ray. That opportunity came out of the blue, or I wouldn't say out of the blue. It was an opportunity that God provided me with, and it's a D1 opportunity. It was a dream of mine to get to Division I as a coach, and I obviously get back. And it was an opportunity that I couldn't turn down because, as you guys all know and aspire, if you want to get to that level, you have to make sacrifices, and and it's part of the journey. So I did that for a year, and unfortunately, we got let go. We didn't win no games. It wasn't my fault or anybody on the staff's fault. We were a new staff, inherited a lot of a lot of behind the scenes stuff that was out of our control. So with that being said, I'm going here to talk about faith and adversity and how it's affected my career. Before I get going, guys, I'm not going to preach to you guys. I'm not going to sit here and harp on you because none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. Neither am I. But with looking for a job and trying to obtain a job in the pandemic has been stressful. But it's also allowed me to really, really sit down and evaluate what's real. God speaks to everybody in different ways. And for me, it was being still. It was being still and sitting down and being able to trust him. Because obviously when the pandemic hit, there was no Final Four, there was no coach convention, there was no opportunities to be able to get out and talk face to face with people about myself and what I can offer for a program. So, the first thing I hit on is trust. I really, really had to sit down and trust him. And Proverbs 3:5-6, probably one of my favorite verses is trusting the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all ways, you got to submit to him and he'll make your path straight. 2 words for me that hopped out of that verse was trust and submit. As coaches, we all have a hard time. I know me especially, we all grinders, we all want to get to the next level. We all feel as if we do it on our own. And for the most part, our hard work and our effort it helps you move up. But ultimately, you've got to be able to trust them. You got to be able to trust them. You got to be able to trust and pray that God puts the right people in your life to help you. So wherever you're at, whatever your role is or your title is, like, don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Really sit back, bust your tail, but also enjoy your path, because that's the path that God is putting you on. You have to trust and believe we're all where we're at for a reason. Wherever level you're at, whatever school you're at, you're there for a particular reason. And you got to trust, you got to have faith that it's going to happen. I'm a type of person who is a grinder. I want to make things happen on my own. I want to sit down. I want to make phone calls and I want to email and text people. No, for me, this pandemic taught me the opposite. God's told me, hey man, the more you sit on this phone, the The more you text guys, the more you email guys, the slower I'll move. And that was the biggest challenge for me, because when I got home, moved out of my place, and you sit around with your family, my wife's working and my kids going to Zoom school, and you sit around and you fret. You're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you're on social media, waiting to see what job opens and how can I get involved in that job. It's funny, the moment that I stopped being on the phone all day, started enjoying my family, started really taking life for what it really is, opportunities started happening. My phone rings here. I get a text message here about a job. I get an opportunity to go here, and it's all about just trusting. Like, you really have to trust, and you really got to pray that God will move when it's time to move. He'll move when it's time for you to move. Also, you got to have faith. Now, in coaching, guys, we win, we lose, and I kind of equate the wins, losses to life. You got to have faith through the highs. You got to have faith through the lows. But what I'm learning is you can't let the lows define you. Like, you can't sit around and feel sorry for yourself because you got let go or because you lost the game. Like, for me, it would have been easy for me to sit at home during the pandemic when there's minimal jobs available and be depressed and be low and feel sorry for myself. That would be easy for me to do, but you know what? That'll be the devil working. That'll be him working in your mind and getting in your head and having you create this self-doubt. And I just got tired, guys. I got tired. Now my whole thing is you have to keep your faith, because I wouldn't consider this a low time. It's a trying time for us all. When you start to know people that have the COVID and you lose people with COVID, it kind of brings everything back, to reality. What we do as a game, just don't get too high, don't get too low. Continue to have your faith through the good and the bad, and use the bad to drive you. Trust God's plan. Okay, we hear that a lot. Trust His plan for your life, obviously, but for your career. That's something that I had a tough time doing. Is really truly sitting back and trusting Him. Because it's hard to trust Him when you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Sometimes you got to have blind faith, and like I said, that's where faith comes into play again. You have to trust His plan for your career and for your life. And it's not a problem writing goals down. It's not a problem sitting here saying, hey, I want to coach in the NBA. I want to be head coach in Division I, Division II. That's okay. If that's your goal and that's your dream, put it on paper, pray about it every night, and give it to God. It'll eventually happen. But you got to trust. You got to trust, because God has a plan for everybody. Just don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Obviously, be still. I think that during this time, with all the uncertainty and everything going on, obviously Psalms 46:10, you got to be still. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time being still. Like, I have a hard time sitting down. I have a hard time sitting anywhere for more than 10 minutes, because I feel like I have to be doing something. I got to be texting somebody. I got to be calling somebody. I got to be running outside with my son, ride my daughter's bike. I have to be doing something. And if you don't hear anything else from me in these 20 minutes or so, be still and trust Him. The moment that I began to really be still, guys, is when you'd be surprised, God started moving. The more I tried to work it on my own, the more I tried to hustle and get things done, the slower God moved. And when I started to be still, when I started to let go and let God, opportunities started coming up. Some good, some I don't know. But you know what? God said, hey, man, can you hear me now? Are you going to sit still and let me work for you? Or are you going to continue to try to get on your phone, get on Instagram, get on Twitter, call everybody? Because, guys, social media is good, but when you're on Twitter 10 hours a day like I am, getting alerts for jobs pop open, getting alerts from guys transfer, it can drive you nuts. Like it can drive you nuts. Don't let it. Don't let it. I was I'm almost wrap up with this. I believe 2 Corinthians 5:7. You got to live by faith, okay, and not by sight. Guys, I'm telling you, I hate to be redundant. You gotta trust them, because at some point in your career, and it's become cliche, you're gonna get let go. And I didn't believe it. Like when you started, when you climb the ladder, and you finally get to Division I, and you get let go, it's a gut punch, because all your hard work and everything you've done to this point, it almost seems like it's for naught, but it's not. You just gotta keep the faith, and it's almost, for me, guys, it's blind faith. Like it's not anything else but, hey, God, you know what? I'm gonna submit to you. I'm gonna trust you, because at the end of the day, we coach basketball. Like we could be doing something totally different. We could be on the front lines in hospitals right now dealing with what's going on. We could be doing something that we don't love. We all love basketball, and you have to continue. Excuse me, to stay the course. I'm reading Jimmy Dykes' book right now. The Film Doesn't Lie. I really strongly recommend it for all you guys. It's a great read. And I wrote this down last night to share. It says, God always does what is right. It won't play out the way we think it should. So our only course is to trust him. Like my whole thing is, I work my tail off to get to Division I. Like 10 years in the making, every level. I finally get to Division I. I finally get to opportunity that I've been craving so hard and working so hard to get to. And you win 10 games, you lose 20-something games, and you get fired. So it's easy to have self-doubt. It's easy to feel sorry for yourself. It's easy to try to get things done on your own. My advice for all of you guys should be to continue to keep your faith, strengthen your faith, stay in your word, stay prayed up, and just trust them, guys. Trust them. Is my 20 minutes up? You got any questions? Or you got any if you want to give me a follow on Twitter, my handle is at Coach Jason Owens. On Instagram, it is, I'm sorry, I'm kind of old. I gotta look it up real fast. I know I'm on IG. I'll get it for you. My Instagram handle is Coach_J.Owens. If you guys got any questions, shoot me a follow, DM me. My phone number is 313-819-9999. I mean, feel free to text me, call me. I'm not one of those guys or coaches to big time anyone. Just please, guys, feel free to call me, text me, any questions you may have about anything that's got to do with basketball, faith, or shoot, just might talk to. Please give me a call, shoot me a text. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Coach. That was really good. Does anybody have a question before we break out into small groups? Feel free to just unmute yourself.
Yeah, please, ask questions.
Coach,
Hey,
Jackie Stewart here. What was that book you said?
It's called The Film Doesn't Lie by Jimmy Dykes.
Okay.
It's a great book about as coaches trying to figure things out about faith, your film meaning your weaknesses, your strengths. Just it's put things into perspective for me. It's amazing because last night I tweeted something about the quote out of the book, and Coach Dykes tweeted back at me this morning. It's just amazing how God works. I didn't expect that, but it's a great book. It's a really good book.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Jason, this is Steve Yang, Georgetown. Hey, thank you so much for this. Ashton, thank you again for putting this on. Yeah, Jimmy Dykes is great. He's a friend of mine, and he's definitely someone that would definitely help out people too. He's really good in business. Is there a strategy, or what do you do when I mean, we're human too, but what do you do when times are tough like this and you kind of being let go? I mean, they say you haven't been in the business long enough, you haven't been let go, and I've been let go too. And my Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant mentality, whatever you want to call it, MJ mentality is like, let's get to work, let's find a new job. But as a believer, is there something that you do a routine or something that kind of helps you stay?
Yes, great, great question. For me, and we all have the same mentality. Rest his soul. We all have the same drive, or else we wouldn't be here, guys. Like we wouldn't be doing this. My big thing every morning before I hop devotional, I read through the devotional in the morning.
Hey, Jason, you're breaking out. Can you repeat yourself?
I'm sorry. Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can, yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Tell Top FaceTime me, please. Sorry, my nephew is FaceTiming me. I apologize. They're in Detroit to FaceTime me. No, my big thing, and it's hard, man. Every morning I get up, I read my devotional. I read 2 of them. And I really, and it's hard. It's hard, guys. It's hard. I try to sit and I try to talk to God and I try to hear God. You know, I really try to hear him before I even before my feet hit the floor, before I brush my teeth, before I get out of my bed. I spend that time with him because, guys, we're all our self-starters. We all are. And it's hard to self-start yourself when there's nothing going on right now. You know, being let go it's hard, but doesn't define who you are. So my advice to you, man, would just be to try to really spend that time with God in the morning before your day gets going, before you hit the phone and hit the internet. Spend that time with him, talk to him, and also have a support system. My wife and my mother-in-law, my father, my family have been great, but they're all prayer warriors. Like, and don't be afraid to reach out to people. You know, just to say a prayer for you. We all have egos, and we get so caught up in ourselves. Don't be afraid to reach out to people like a Jimmy Dykes or a spouse or a parent. You know, just lean on people that you really trust and know they care about you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, that was really good. Thank you. Does anybody else have anything before we set up?
Coach, as you progress through your career, how did you find that affecting your faith walk in any way?
Ooh, great question. Your faith will be tested, and mine has been, because early in my career, I was the type of person, I did this myself. I recruited those players. I did this. I got myself to Division I. And each step has provided different challenges in God's way of slowing me down. Man, it's funny. My wife always tells me it's not who you know, you know the right person. Oh man, I went from a point, guys, to not really believing in God, not going to church. And my wife, she's been awesome. Like she carried me faith. She carried us. She's a faith leader in our house. To really, like, each job I started going to church. Each job I started submitting, and it's crazy, man. God started moving. Not things that are happening. God started moving. So each step I progressed. Something will test your faith, or God talk to you in certain ways. It's allowed me to my faith to grow. You know, but no, there's no plan per se. There was no. I just started going to church, man, and started really listening to God and trying to submit. You know, really trust Him. Like right now, guys, I struggle. You know, I struggle because I just don't know. You know, but the more I trust Him, the more things happen. That answers your question. Anybody else?
Feel free.
Don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. I know it's people you don't know, but I tell people all this time. I didn't know Ash 2 weeks ago. She was in a group that I was in. I reached out to her because she asked a great question, and I was humble enough to say, "Hey, what's going on? I see what you're doing." I didn't have to do that, but I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to grow, you know, and I'm always trying to meet new people and connect, because this business is about people, but you want to get and connect with the right people. Trust me on that, guys. You want to connect and be with the right people. Trust me. You can get a job. You'll be surprised working with bad people who sow bad seeds into your life. You want to be with good people. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask questions.
Jason, this is Charles Allen here. Sorry, I ain't got my camera right now. But could you repeat your phone number real quick?
Yes, it's area code 313-819-9999. It's a real number. It's not a fake number. Okay. I know people always hear all the nines. It's a real number, guys. Please text, call. Don't be hesitant.
Got you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody else?
Before we leave, I'm gonna leave you with this quote. I was praying on something to tell you guys. Hopefully I can leave a nugget with you guys. We all as coaches, we all pour into each other, pour into our student athletes, pour into our families. Okay, you have to be careful what you're drinking if you're gonna pour into others. You know, so make sure you're staying in your word, you're saying your prayers, you're keeping your faith strong in these times, because if you're going to help others, make sure you make sure you're inhaling and taking in the right stuff. Okay.